And welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis Firewood. Today we're talking about bundles versus cords. Dig it. Sit down here for a second. So, some of you saw my post on YouTube about I got an order for bundles from one of my good customers, and I was preparing for that. I finished the order yesterday to be delivered today, and I decided to bring out the trusty IBC Joe cage in the back of the truck because this is a lot of bundles. This is 20 bundles of firewood. See how it goes to the top, okay? And 20 bundles of firewood and 7 bundles of premium cedar kindling. Okay, 20 bundles of firewood and 7 bundles of premium cedar kindling. It's a lot of bundles, that's a lot of wood. So most of the firewood is in the cage, and with the kindling on top, don't worry, I'll tarp it off. I didn't film loading it because this is an afterthought episode. And the balance of the cedar is in my truck, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. So what I want to talk about is, I think there's a lot of people out there who are like, I would never get into bundles. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. I do my cords. I do my face cords. That's what I sell. That's what I always sell. I make money on the deliveries. It is what it is. Well, I don't want to sway you, but I want to give you an example. Okay? An example. We have basically 27 bundles in here of cedar kindling and firewood. Okay, each bundle is roughly at 1 cubic foot. Okay, so that's 27 cubic feet. Okay, keep that in mind. Now we have 20 firewood bundles in the cage. Okay, each bundle is $5. That equals $100. Okay, so just for the firewood bundles alone is $100. Now, the premium cedar kindling is at 10 a piece. So that's 10 times 7 bundles, that's 70. So we're at $170 just on firewood. Okay? Now, mind you, that is at 27 cubic feet. Now, a cord is 128 cubic feet, right? And now you divide that by 3 to get a third of a cord or a face cord, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to get 42.6 something. So let's round up to 43 cubic foot for a third of a cord. Now, a cord right now in my area is going between $225 to maybe $375, depending on what it is and what the person wants to charge. Okay, so let's just say that a third of a cord or a face cord is going to be but like 100, 125. Okay, but that third of a cord is at 43 cubic feet. Okay, what's behind me here in the truck is 27 cubic feet. So that's like 20 cubic feet less, more or less, ish, or something like that. Not half, but it's a big chunk. And I'm getting more money. If average for 1/3 of a cord is going to be like 125, 150, this is 170 here, folks. In bundles. Yes, it took a little bit longer to prepare. Wrap costs money. If you do bags cost money. A bagger costs money. But that goes back in the business. That goes back into making profit, making it more efficient. Now, this is not a commercial customer. This is a homeowner. And if you recall before, when I was talking about this customer and why he likes bundles, is he likes to be able to account for how much wood he's burning when he's outside at night. What if he does outside? He's campfire, obviously, but he's playing video games on his phone, watching YouTube, whatever he's doing, but he likes to account of how much wood he's burning. Okay? That, and it's easier to transport to haul for him, because I park in the front of his house. His little camp stove is in the backyard, so we have to transport the bundles from the front yard to the back. Easier to do so when you have bundles as opposed to hauling loose stacks. He knows it's more efficient to buy racks of wood or to buy a face cord at a time from someone, or half a cord. But he likes my firewood, and he likes the bundles, and it's a non-issue for him, okay? And I'm fine with that. He lets me know what it is, and I jump on the order. He told me this time, there's no rush when you have inventory, when you have time. There's no rush, Travis, but want to let you know, I want these bundles and that kindling. I said, no problem, my friend, I'll get on it. Now, when I'm doing orders like that, I want to be as prompt as possible, because I don't want to forget, and I want to make sure that my customers are well taken care of in a prompt manner. And I hope that you would all do that as well. I think it's good practice to give prompt and quality service that the customers feel appreciated, because then they will they're more apt to return to you and not go someplace else. All right. So that's just some quick math. Okay, $170 sale. I'm not including delivery fee on that. Okay, and even with cords, if you deliver, you're gonna have a fee on taxed onto that too. Whatever fee is going to be, it is what it is. But in terms of like just the material, just a product, if we're gonna average one third of a cord being like 125, 150, but that third of a cord is gonna be at 43 cubic feet, and this here is 27 cubic feet. That's a fraction of that of that third of a cord, right? But I'm getting more money for it. Okay, so just to weigh the numbers, weigh the ROI, weigh the time, and weigh the profit. Okay, I'm not trying to talk anyone into doing bundles, selling only bundles, bundles with their cords, offering bundles, and however you want to sell. I just feel that it's money in the bank to sell bundles. You can flip wood easier with bundles, hands down. Even if you get wood, resplit it, make bundles, and then in turn sell it again, and you still make money on that. This wood here is not flipped wood. This is wood that I had available, and I split a bunch of kindling the other day. I'll show you this. Hang on a second. So in preparation for this order, I split a bunch of kindling because I wasn't sure how much I would need per like wheelbarrow or whatever. So I split a whole bunch right in here. There's a whole bunch of kindling in here, both premium and non-premium. But this is gonna go all good to go, ready to be bundled up to be sold at the firewood stand. But I've gone through a lot of kindling over the last few weeks. People have firewood, but they don't have kindling. So think about that, folks. Yes, you may have a processor or a splitter, and you may produce when you're splitting kindling, and that's fine. But not a lot of people make kindling from cedar, and that's what I do. Finding a very niche product that no one else makes, no one else provides, no one else sells. And I think that's key in firewood and other sales too. Is find your niche product and go with it. But I'm totally stoked about the sale. This one here, this is the first time I've used a cage for bundles. I'm going to wrap it with my mesh, with my mesh tarp and strap it down, and then we'll be on the road making that money. Just look how awesome that is. I wish the sticks were more uniform, but you can't complain about length if you're not the one bucking. That's why I do like logs. Drop those logs, let me buck them how I want them, so they're not at like 16, 14, 12, 8, 22, 24, 36. It's amazing what odd brush will cut up. Yeah. But yeah, so let's get this wrapped up, and I'll get on the road, and we'll come back, and I'll tell you more about the sale. Before I deliver, I wanted to address something. In the previous video, I was talking about a drop are some wood I got from Chip Drop. Now, I like Chip Drop, and I respect the team down there in PDX. It's the only company to have sponsored an episode on my channel. So I kind of have like a link to them, so to speak. So I did reach out to them to let them know about this arborist, and what they responded with was a few things. You can't specify the type of wood you receive, just the species. We wouldn't expect the arborist not to deliver punky or rotted wood, even though I said in my ask I didn't want punky, I didn't want rotted. I'm still going to keep that in there because obviously I don't want punky or rotted wood. But yeah, I don't know. Apparently they only allow homeowners to specify 1 or 2 species they can't receive, which I guess that makes sense, but I've never read that in the fine print. Maybe it's there and I went over it, but it's not like I have like 9 different species that I don't want or do want. It's just as of right now, it's going to be cottonwood and cedar. Before it was only cottonwood that I didn't want. That was in the ask. But so that's good to know. Only 1 or 2 species that you can ask for. Now, in terms of logs being dropped near vehicles, he's saying my contact at Chip Drop is because the arborist, they dropped it in front of the vehicle. It would create less of a chance that the logs or rounds would roll and hit the vehicle, versus if they dropped it besides the vehicle, there'd be more of a chance that the logs may roll and hit the vehicle, which I don't understand that logic. I mean, ideally not having vehicles anywhere near where the drop zone would be, but that's the issue. He reached out to the arborist to make sure that all was good, but yeah, I think a few commenters too on the episode mentioned, because on Chip Drop you can take a picture and post a picture of where you want the load to be dropped, and one commenter said to in those pictures do like a staged area, like have a tarp down and have cones at the corners with like ribbons, so it's as obvious as possible to the arborist when they're reading the ask where to put it. So I think that's a good idea, and I think that I may do that. Another one is in my ask I was using next to or left or right of, and that's to be interpreted, I guess, in terms of like how you're facing it or whatever. And so this commenter suggested to use the compass, like north and south, east, west type thing, but not everyone knows where those points are. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, just so I think there's some tidbits, some comments, some suggestions. So if you use Chip Drop, to make the ask as easy to follow as possible and to understand, so you can get the quality chips or logs or both in your load. Now, the whole premise of Chip Drop is to give people chips and logs. This past load, I got rounds. I didn't actually get logs. So I think it had to do with the arborist and their how big the logs were, and then having machinery. I don't know, but I got rounds. I'm fine with rounds because rounds means less work for me having to buck. But this means that some of the pieces are not going to be at 16. They're going to be all over the place, which I can handle myself. And still sell that wood. I'm saying it's not going to be uniform. It's not going to be at 16. So I wanted to just bring that up. I support Chip Drop. I like the company, and if you are in search of true surface wood, I would make an account with them and sign up for it. It's free to use. I think the arborist paid the company to be a part of it. If you want to tip the arborist, you can do that too. I think that give the arborist more of an incentive to drop to your place as opposed to dropping someplace else. So just a follow up to what I said before, and again, I'm not dogging Chip Drop. I do like them, but they're still evolving their whole program. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. cage is offloaded. Net mesh tarp is on the roof, drying, and so it's up off the ground so the cats don't pee on it. Easy peasy sale. I was able to bring the wheelbarrow. That helped. Just having to ferry all those bundles gets old, and I can only carry 2 at a time on my shoulder. And 27, I mean half of that, whatever. That's our trip. So I'd be able to put 4 bundles in a wheelbarrow until I got to 3, and then I was done. So it was a good haul for the customer. I hope that he enjoys the wood and happy with it. I appreciate his business, and I guess it goes to show you to provide. It's with that service product back and forth. You're providing both a product and a service, especially if you're selling quality firewood, right? If you're selling firewood just to sell firewood, you sell cords, you don't care what it looks like, you don't care what it is, you just sell it. Maybe you are providing a service, but more so you are providing a product type thing. So the sale went well. I think it's just it's a win-win for the seller to when you were selling bundles. Granted, I could go after commercial accounts, I could go after like pizza places, I can go after barbecue smoker places, but I'm in no rush to sell my firewood. It's not a full-time job, it's a side hustle, and I do it because I like firewood. I do it for you all, for the channel, and so I could sit on all this wood for months. Granted, my sales won't be as high. In fact, the last 2 months, August, September, I did not exceed sales from the previous year in those 2 months. They were down. I don't know why. I'm thinking in August it was because it was really hot, really dry, and we had burn bans going on. So that could have been a factor. But who knows? I'm still up sales profit from last year. So that's positive. That's positive there. But I think that bundles are the way to go. It takes a little bit more effort, and you get more money for your work and for the wood. So do the math in your head, write it on paper. I get more money selling bundles than I would a cord of wood, and that goes back to the episode where I made $1,000 for 1 cord worth of wood selling at the firewood stand. It's just all the numbers are there. Okay, the numbers and the sales don't lie. So let me know what you think about bundles. Are you against them? Are you for them? Do you like bundles but just bundles ain't your game? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. But that's for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Until next time, life's short to be a prick, so stay kind to one another. Rock and roll. Keep cutting. Keep safe. Cheers.